Time they were in Baltimore, not just in the stadium, but in their hearts as their city was hurting. But Charm City's spirit is back, and so are their beloved birds. So put on some orange and welcome back your team. It's reopening day at the Yard. It's the Orioles on Masson on a steamy night in downtown Baltimore. The Birds are back home tonight, opening up a 3-game series with the Toronto Blue Jays. And hi, everyone. I'm Jim Hunter, and welcome to Camden Yards, where the Orioles are playing a game for the first time in over 2 weeks, as the Orioles forced on the road for all the situations we all know about, but they are back home tonight. Fans are happy about it. In fact, they're calling this reopening day. And the Orioles are happy to be home because they just want a sense of normalcy. And why not? They have played very well in the few games they've been able to play at Camden Yards on the year. The Orioles have played just 10 games at home, fewest in all of Major League Baseball. They've gone 6-4, ERA higher than they would like, but how about that hitting? A .327 batting average at home, best in the American League, and they are averaging 7.1 runs per game, 71 runs total in those 10 games. And Jim Palmer, it was very difficult what the Orioles had to go through, moving home games on the road, then another road trip, but the team is back. They're happy to be here, and really, they're just trying to get back to some semblance of normalcy within the schedule.
Yeah, and one of the things they did so well last year, as you know, Jim, they played very well here at Camden Yards on their way to 96 wins. So you want to get back on track. You saw from the numbers we just showed you, they hit very well here. But then again, if you go back to opening day, and if this is reopening day, you don't want the same result, because opening day, Toronto put 12 runs on the board. So to me, it's all about pitching. The Orioles can score runs here. They're coming off a game where they struck out 18 times. Pineda was just outstanding. He struck out 16. So you just want to get back on track. You want to get home. You want to get back to the semblance of what you were in 2014.
So the Blue Jays are here. The Orioles are trailing them in the standings, so good opportunity to make up some ground. It's the O's and the Jays. More from Camden Yards when we come back. Is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. and by Coons.com. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. Well, the Orioles back home tonight looking for a win as they try to make up ground in the standings, and they have Ubaldo Jimenez on the mound, and not a bad guy to be on the mound here at Camden Yards. He has made 2 starts at the Yards this year, and he has dominated in each. 2-0, no earned runs, innings pitched 14, just a couple of walks and 14 strikeouts, and he has held the opposition to a .089 batting average in his 2 starts here at home. You always like to try to dominate at home. Of course, it all starts with the guy on the mound, and Ubaldo Jimenez has been pitching very well overall, in particular here at Camden Yards.
Through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And our national anthem at Camden Yards as the Birds are back home on a beautiful night for baseball. And here's our BGE home game time temperature, 77 degrees, just a slight breeze out of the east-southeast. It is muggy, though, 62%. BGE Home is Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? There was a threat of thunderstorms earlier, but they have passed. And as you see, it is a lovely night here for baseball. Let's get a look at the Blue Jays lineup. Ubaldo Jimenez will face Devin Travis, Josh Donaldson, and Russell Martin, with Edwin Encarnacion DHing in that cleanup spot. He is off to a roaring start in the month of May. Justin Smoke, Chris Colabello, Kevin Pillar, Ezekiel Carrera, and Ryan Goins at shortstop will bat ninth.
And Ubaldo Jimenez will try to do what he did early on, the first and only win the Orioles in 6 games. Ubaldo was able to, through 7 innings, only 1 hit, and that was after 12 runs opening day here at Camden Yards. So you can see a lot of fastballs. The breaking ball is kind of like a slurve, and then the changeup's a splitter. His next outing, he would get hurt by the home run ball. A couple of 2-run home runs, one by Travis and one by Smoke. Both of those guys in the lineup. But I ran into Josh Donaldson in their locker room, and he was saying, hey, this is a totally different pitcher than we saw last year. Chris Donaldson comes over from the Oakland A's. A lot more strikes, be able to pitch at the bottom of the strike zone, which is really the key, because this is one of the better fastball, high ball hitting teams in baseball. And they are #1 in the American League, as you know, Jim, 4th in home runs.
And the Orioles playing their first home game since April the 29th. And as you see, special jerseys for tonight. Baltimore is across the front of the home white jerseys. So unity for the city.
And Ubaldo would love to have the same thing. He got the White Sox out 1-2-3 in the first, and then the Orioles put a 6th spot on the board. So let's see how it goes tonight.
And just as Ubaldo was about to pitch, home plate umpire Nambolino jumps out and requests time. There was something going on. Oh, there it is. The color guard was leaving the field, so Nambolino allowed them to exit. And here we go, and Jimenez gets it in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, Devin Travis, what an acquisition, as they got him from the Tigers in an offseason trade. Just 24 years old. He's a rookie. And if the voting ended today, he'd win Rookie of the Year.
Well, he is. I mean, you can go right down. I mean, he's first in average, first in RBIs. You can take a look. I mean, that's just for rookies, but then he's 3rd in RBIs when you just look at all the players. So great start. Loves the ball out over the plate, stands off the plate. So if you're pitching, of course, you want to get into these counts. Now you can try to get him down in the strike zone and get him to chase something under the strike zone, because when you have to throw him strikes, he's a real good hitter.
Won't chase outside. Well, Travis against the Orioles on the year, 7 for 18 with 3 doubles and 6 RBIs. And the 1-2 is down and away, doesn't chase again. Of course, he's batting leadoff. Jose Reyes hurt again, and on the disabled list. Reyes was the leadoff hitter the last time these two teams got together. Jays are 16-16. They've won 4 of their last 6. And he got him. Oh, it looked like a splitter, Jim, and a good one.
Yeah, it really was. And again, how do you get to this count? You get ahead, then he misses with 2 pitches and comes back with a good splitter. Great late life. Exactly where you could see him split his fingers. The ball tumbles out, and because of that, has the downward plane. So Ubaldo at 6'5", one of the keys was to get him over his front side. A lot of changing the windup, working with Ramon Martinez in spring training, Dave Wallace, Dom Chidi. Much better windup this year than in years past. More movement.
And he gets ahead of Donaldson. 0-1. Donaldson having a real good start to his Blue Jays career, acquired in the offseason from Oakland. 14 multi-hit games already on the year for Josh Donaldson. And Ubaldo, as he did with Devin Travis, gets ahead 0-2.
Yeah, again, knee-high fastballs. These guys love the ball up. Donaldson with great power, all ballparks, 7 home runs, 5 of them at home. So you can just see the ability to, you like to do this as a starting pitcher, control the strike zone. I mean, that ball, what, about an inch off the outside corner? Nice take by Donaldson.
Ubaldo making his 6th start of the year. Perfect here at home, as we showed you, 2-0. And he's 0-2 on the road. Has 1 no decision on the year. And a swing and a miss. He got him. So back-to-back Ks to begin the game and 2 men out.
Yeah, so the first strikeout, you get ahead, then you go down with the split-fingered fastball, and now a 4-seamer. You can see him pull down, get a little bit of life to your fastball. So knee-high to get ahead, right around the letters to get the strikeout.
Well, he's following that pattern that I've heard you talk about. Get ahead with strikes, get him out with balls. Avoid the middle of the plate.
Well, you'd like to throw enough strikes to get him to swing at balls, and he's done that through the first 2 hitters. And what I see is we have more velocity, we have more command from Ubaldo this year than last. And that last year he got the big contract, 4 years, $50 million. It was the most they've ever given a pitcher here in an Oriole uniform, but he didn't do as much throwing. A little bit different this year. So again, the adjustments, not over his head, hands in front of him. And again, just trying to get into that downward plane.
And by design in spring training, he started the very first Grapefruit League game because Buck Showalter wanted him to get as many innings as he could. And he made all the road trips when his turn came up.
Yeah, and there you get into a fastball count. He's already established 91 to 93 with the ability to throw it over. And Russell Martin saying, okay, I'm going to get a fastball to hit. And he gets him a slider. And not only was it a slider, it was a good one.
Fans vocal. They're happy to be back at the yard. And the 2-2 pitch is fouled back. Let's get a look at our American Standard. Who's hot and who's not?
Well, Adam Jones, you could see since the 10th, and that's does lead the American League in batting average, and then Russell Martin against the Orioles. But he's a tough out, Jim, because he works the count about as well as anybody.
Inside our American Standard Who's Hot, Who's Not. Celebrate the season with the American Standard All-Star event. Visit MidAtlanticComfort.com for amazing rebate and financing opportunities.
And they have 21 home runs from their first 3 hitters.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Martin thought he had ball 4. Dambolino disagrees. And Ubaldo has a 3-up, 3-down first inning. And he strikes out the side. So the Blue Jays go down. Bottom of the first coming up. Here come the O's. Absolutely. And the fans enthusiastic in the first inning. Here's a look at the O's starting lineup brought to you by Southwest. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Machado, Paredes, and Adam Jones in the number 3 spot. How about those numbers against the Jays in the 6 games on the year for Adam? Young, Davis, and Pierce, with Hardy at short making his home debut for this season. Flaherty and Caleb Joseph.
And Marco Estrada, you can see a lot of fastballs, a breaking ball, but loves his changeup. And again, when you see those kind of numbers, he may not know that Adam Jones is hitting over 500 against the Jays, but he does know that he would rather pitch to him with nobody on base. So his mission tonight, you can see, really good start out of the bullpen. Because Daniel Norris struggled, they've had some other injuries, guys not pitching well. He gets a chance now to pitch as a starter for the Jays.
And facing Manny Machado, and he'll get ahead of him 0-1. Manny comes in at 272. He's got a 3-game hitting streak going, and now has 8 multi-hit games on the year. Down and away 1-1. Now, Marco Estrada, he was drafted originally by the Nationals in 2005. He was born in Mexico, then grew up in California, very much like Miguel Gonzalez of the Orioles, and then he went to Long Beach State. And he was drafted by the Nats in 2005. He went to Milwaukee on a waiver claim, and then this past off season, the Brewers traded him to Toronto. The Jays got him for pitching depth. They thought at the time he'd be a nice guy in the bullpen.
Well, that and the fact that you're always trying to at least have some people that can help you if somebody goes down. And you're looking at John Gibbons, and former catcher, former #1 draft choice. Of course, Estrada got hurt in spring training, so he didn't get the innings, and that's why he did start the year. Of course, Daniel Norris, we saw him a couple of times, the young left-hander, bonus kid, 22 years old, and he won early and then really struggled, so he went back to the minor leagues. There's his pitching coach, Pete Walker. So you can see fastballs and changeups.
And the 3-2 is ripped to right field. Back on it is Colabello. It's over his head, and it's gone. It carries out of here. Machado goes with it, and the Birds grab a 1-0 lead. Welcome home, Manny.
Well, the one thing, if you look at Marco Estrada last year, he did pitch as a starter with Milwaukee, as you mentioned. But he led the major leagues in home runs thrown by a starter, 29 of them. So again, if you're not overpowering and you have a hitter who's been red hot over his last 16 games, right up there around with 350, 360 with now 5 home runs, that 89-mile-per-hour fastball can get hit hard.
Well, here's number 6 for Manny.
Yeah, you don't want to walk anybody, and right there, it's just, it's up. You can see right here, you can see about belt high. And then this is a great place to hit, and the Orioles love hitting here, averaging over 7 runs a game.
And Jim, this really is the first game the Orioles have played at home this year where the humidity's a factor. So Manny hits it out. He's now hitting 4 in a row. And he's now been on base in 17 consecutive games. Of course, this time he just circled it as Paredes fouls it off.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, and he'll probably, if we get to talk to him after the game, hopefully the Orioles will win. Or we'll see him tomorrow. He said, I'm just trying to make a good swing. And in this kind of ballpark, you can drive the ball to the power alleys. You can hit a lot of home runs.
That ball's a big foul out of play. Well, Colabello reacted as if he thought he had a chance. Then he turned as if he thought it was going to hit the wall. And then he just watched it sail out.
Well, Chris is a first baseman playing the outfield, and he's actually played pretty well for him. I mean, we'll tell you how hot he is with the bat.
And Paredes down on strikes, real good off-speed pitch and 1 away.
Well, there's the changeup, and so instead of having to throw a strike 3 at 2, he's now ahead in the strike, and he can go to his strength, and that's the changeup. Right over the top, turns it over a little bit, so he gets the great location and a great late movement.
Jose Bautista with the bad shoulder on the bench. Of course, he has been playing as a DH, but his numbers against Ubaldo are not that good. So he gets tonight off, at least the early part. And Adam Jones will stand in, 1 out, nobody on. And that's upstairs, 1-0.
Yeah, what, Batista 2 for 29? I still like it. If I'm pitching, I like him exactly where he is.
Yep.
Sitting on the bench.
With his windbreaker on. Adam, a high fly ball down the line. Near the corner, in the corner, and out of play.
Yeah, Carrera trying to run it down, and a little changeup that stayed up.
Adam has hit in 3 consecutive games. And as we showed you, over the last month, April 10th to May the 10th, batting at .390 with 5 home runs and 20 RBIs. And the 1-1 is too tight.
Yeah, those to me are the critical accounts for Adam. And you know, I always tell him, I said, if you hit right around the bottom of the number 10, you're about a .350 hitter, which is kind of maybe down for what he's hitting. Come in at over .360. Take those pitches, because that was a pitcher's pitch. And then right where Baltimore is, that's when he gets into the chase zone. But I would have to say that when you're hitting, .459 at home, pretty comfortable hitting here.
Rip, foul. Here's a look at our Maryland Live Casino inside the numbers. Orioles 3 and 4 hitters in their lineup. Jones is usually one of those 2.
Yeah. Well, this is what they've been able to do. And you know, the Orioles averaging, as we mentioned, 10 games, 71 runs. So they love to hit at home. Much lower on the road.
Adam somehow got a piece of that. And he stays alive. Of course, Adam, you mentioned his batting average. He has a hit in all 10 games played here. Very happy to be home, as we heard him say on those extra.
He didn't want to swing, but at least he fouls it off.
A 2-2 on Jones with Delman Young on deck. And it's low ball 3, and he doesn't chase.
Yeah, those are kind of pitches that are critical for Marco Estrada as a starter to be successful. If you throw that pitch over, now everybody in the Oriole dugout says, whoa, not only does he have a breaking ball, he can throw it for a strike. Otherwise, it's pretty much fastball changeup.
So another 3-2 pitch. And Jones sweeps it to short. Right there is Ryan Goins. And he gets it across to get Jones. And 2 away here in the first. Maryland Lottery's contestant of the game, Suzanne Winchester of Bel Air, won $500 for being selected and has already won $500 more for an Orioles home run and will continue to do so with each home run tonight. Play baseball buck scratch-offs and win up to $50,000 or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/baseball. Here's Delman Young, and he takes a strike. Delman at .319. He's got a 6-game hitting streak going. Up and in, backs him off the plate.
Well, this will work. I mean, this is when you're not overpowering him, you can pitch to both sides of the plate. And it's a ball that's up and in. And, you know, Delman, you can see his front shoulder trying to stay in and then gets out of the way. It's a great view here at Camden Yards, that overhead camera. The other thing is it kind of keeps umpires honest.
Yep. Bellino appears to be a low ball umpire here, the way he
and Russell Martin thinks he has a very wide strike zone after his strikeout in the first.
Swing and a miss, 2-2.
So he'll throw the changeup, and they know that. I was talking to Scott Coolbar, the Oriole hitting instructor, and he said not overpowering, but loves his changeup. You saw almost 35% of his pitches.
Chopper to third, and it bounces foul, and just foul. Donaldson was fortunate that that bounced left and not right. Let's get a look at the defense behind Estrada.
Well, Carrera, Pilar, Colabello, a first baseman playing right. Donaldson, Goins, Travis Smoke, very good defender. Then Russell Martin, who is really gunning them down. Already 10 caught stealing. Only Derek Norris of San Diego, who we saw playing with the Oakland A's, with more, 13 already caught stealing for the Padres.
The 2-2 to Delman is fouled off. Now Delman is hitting .440 at Camden Yards this year in 8 starts. So through ball, the Orioles hitting coach learning Delmon Young, and what he'll learn is he's a very good bad ball hitter.
Yeah, he can I mean, last year, what 10 for 20 with runners in scoring position. It was, if you ever watched, we got the French Open coming up, Wimbledon. When the good tennis players see actually the ball seems like it stays on the racket strings, it's the way the ball seems off his bat.
And he's got a 3-2, Jim. 3 of the 4 hitters in this inning.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the way he has to pitch. And he's going to pitch backwards. He's already shown everybody. He threw a 2-1 changeup to Delmon, threw a 3-2 changeup to Adam Jones. So that 89 looks a little bit quicker. But the key is to stay out of the middle of the zone. When he got it hittable, and that's the ball that Manny hit. So there, this is what he does against righties. A couple of years ago, had the lowest batting average against left-handers in the National League.
This will be the 10th pitch to Delmon Young in this at-bat.
Yeah, already 28 pitches thrown here for a guy that hasn't really been having that many innings, and there's the 29th.
And he lost it. There's a 2-out walk for Delmon Young. Only the second time he's drawn a walk on the year, and he gets on for Chris Davis, who was trying to find that stroke. 304, a home run, 2 RBIs against the Jays on the year.
Well, he's got 25 lifetime home runs against the Jays. Not that I'm telling you anything you don't already know. He likes hitting against the Jays, and he likes the ball out over the plate. So let's see if Estrada can stay inside.
High fly ball, that's going to go way back. Look out, Utah Street, and gone! Davis breaks out of it with a 2-run shot, and it's 3-0 O's.
Yeah, we were talking about the last game played here, and that was without any fans, couple of scouts, no ushers. Orioles scored 6 in the first. Chris hit a 3-run home run. Tonight it's a 2-run home run. And they seem, that one going all the way to back, what, almost 2 weeks ago, all the way to Utah Street.
And a nice inning for our Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, Suzanne Winchester of Bel Air. Another $500. As Chris Davis hits his 8th on the year, and the Orioles on 2 home runs grab a quick 3-0 lead. So the inability to get Delmon Young allows Davis to bat, and here's what he does.
Hey, see where the target is from Russell Martin? I mean, he pretty much where he throw, but when you're throwing 89 versus 95, boy, it does get the bat a little bit quicker. A very, very, very good swing. Didn't quite get it in. You know, they always talk about, boy, I tried to get it in, but sometimes you don't get it in enough, and the good hitters take advantage of it.
Well, Chris looked like the way he reacted to that pitch, Jim, that he was looking fastball, got the fastball, was determined to swing at it, and he hit it out 103 miles an hour.
Well, the hitting instructor, and we'll get back to that thought next inning after they put a 3 spot on the here in the bottom of the first.
Travis gets Pierce, but the Orioles get their second leadoff home run of the season as Machado goes deep. Chris Davis follows with a 2-out 2-run home run, and the Orioles, as we head to the second, have a 3-0 lead. Long balls aplenty. Manny hits number 6. Davis hits number 8. 14th multi-home run game of the year, and it grabbed a 3-0 lead. And here's the season series. Blue Jays have won 5 of the 6 coming into tonight. A little bit better with the batting average. Certainly have outscored the O's. O's with 1 more home run, but that bottom line, that's the big difference, as the Orioles team pitching against Toronto in the 8s. So Ubaldo now with a nice early lead. Falls behind Edwin Encarnacion.
Yeah, 3 of the Jays have home runs. Smoke, Travis, and Edwin. 6 for 8, 28. 3 RBIs to go with that 1 home run. And as we showed you early, he's about 340 in the month of May. Last year he didn't hit 340, but he did hit 16 home runs. What a month that is.
Just outside for ball 3. And he's got 10 RBIs in his last 12 games. You see his power zone.
Yep, out over the plate. And that's what he'll be looking for here. And then Ubaldo wants to pitch down in the zone. And that's that late life. A little text from Orioles scout Dean Albany talking about the late movement. And you can already see ball running all over the place. And what that allows you to do is throw for the middle of the plate, and you figure it's not going to go there. That's what you got to do here, 3-2. But he walked him.
So a leadoff walk, first base runner for Toronto as they bat here in the second. Well, the Orioles and Blue Jays continue this 3-game series tomorrow night. And tomorrow night is Ollie's Bargain Night, presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Every Tuesday home game, all the upper reserve seats just $10 when purchased in advance. So welcome back your home team, the Baltimore. Show that Birdland pride. Coming out for an affordable night of baseball at Oriole Park. For your tickets, get online Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Now here is Justin Smoke, who was playing at first base tonight. And Ubaldo falls behind 1-0. Smoke 2 for 17 against Ubaldo, but one of those 2 is a home run.
Yeah, he hit the 2-run home run early in the game up in Toronto. That was the second start of the year against the Jays that Ubaldo had, and hit it to left center field. 2-1 count. And then Travis would hit a hanging splitter for the 3rd and 4th run, I think in the 5th inning. And those would be the only runs that Ubaldo would give up, but the Orioles would lose 4-2. Well, these guys aren't going to go away. You know, Jim, as you know, the Orioles have been outscored, at least coming in, 47-33, and then I was doing some numbers today. 4 games the Orioles scored 5 or more runs. Didn't win any of them.
Line, short hop by Flaherty to second for 1. Machado back to first. There's a double play.
Nice little play by Ryan Flaherty.
And a 4-5-3 double play turned in the shift.
Well, there's your shift, and boy, all you got to do is catch it, and you know that you're going to get the double play. Hit hard enough. Runner at first, you can see Encarnacion. He's kind of in no man's land, so either way, it's going to be a double play. He's going to get doubled off. Down by 3, you would have thought maybe he would have make sure the ball clears, but as it turns out, short hop, 4-6-3, nicely done.
Here's Chris Colabello, and he'll take a strike. Orioles saw Colabello the last 2 years when they played the Minnesota Twins. He was claimed by the Blue Jays on waivers on December 8th and was playing for their AAA team at Buffalo. He's in the lineup tonight with Bautista on the bench, and he's also red hot.
Is he ever? $10 for 18.
3 multi-hit games in his 5 games since coming up. Ubaldo gets ahead of him 0-2. John Gibbons, Josh Donaldson on the deck. And the 0-2 pitch is lined, and a base hit past the glove of Flaherty. So just going with the pitch, protecting with 2 strikes, and a solid line drive to keep the inning going.
Yeah, his second game, he got 4 hits. It's a game Sabathia for the Yankees started, and hit them all over the place, up the middle. Boy, if you're John Gibbons and you're managing this ball club, you're down by 3 runs. You just want to give your team a chance to put some quality at bats, and that was one of them. It wasn't a particularly good 2-strike pitch, but he took advantage of it.
There's Kevin Pillar, who's in a 3 for 26 drought, including 0 for his last 12. And Ubaldo gets ahead of him. 0-1.
Now, we all know he's a dead red fastball hitter. I mean, if you hang a breaking ball, certainly very adept at hitting it hard. But when you're in one of those kind of slumps, you're trying to look for the perfect pitch. Just like when you're pitching, you're trying to make the perfect pitch instead of throwing strikes. It's not the way it works usually.
Ubaldo has done such a good job this year of keeping opposing base runners off base. He's averaging 9.11 base runners per 9 innings. If you're in the single digits, you're doing a great job. He doesn't have enough innings pitched to qualify for the league leaders, but he would be among the league leaders in base runners per 9 innings if he qualified. Line to left field, moving in on it is Pierce, and he makes the catch. Boy, that ball sailed, and Pierce stuck with it to grab it for the out. So base hit a walk, 1 left, 3-0 O's. Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by visitannapolis.org. Find the Chesapeake experience at visitannapolis.org. What a gorgeous night downtown. Everything's blooming.
The pollen.
I believe in Baltimore, the pollen is definitely blooming.
That's when you're gone for a week or so.
Your car turns green.
Yes. So you know.
Here's J.J. Hardy making his home debut. Rejoined the team in New York over the weekend, coming off the DL. And Estrada gets ahead of him 0-1.
So I asked him, I said, what did New York feel like? I said about March 10th. About maybe a week into spring training. He said exactly. It's amazing when you're a middle infielder, 3 consecutive Gold Gloves for J.J. You got to get ready for every pitch and all the movements you make, and you're not used to doing it. The shoulder felt fine, everything felt fine, but you just have to get into the rhythm of playing every day.
J.J. 3 for his first 15, including a home run. He also has a double. J.J. Hardy is certainly coming on, and good to have him back. I mean, he didn't mind Pineda yesterday.
Well, he's the only guy that didn't mind him. I think if I just would have checked that he didn't come on the plane. That's what I would have done. Good change up there.
Popped up to short. There is Goins. And he's got it for the out. So the leadoff man retired here in the second.
Yeah, you read all the stuff, and ever since they traded Michael Pineda for Jesus Montero, everybody said, oh, well, how can you, if you're the Yankees, give up that bat? Well, you gave up that bat, even though Montero, I assume he's still playing somewhere for games like that yesterday. And somebody had gone through shoulder problems. I went through that early in my career. Just imagine how well he must have felt. I don't mean the 16 strikeouts and no walks. It's just the fact he's back able to pitch every 5th day.
0-1 on Flaherty. And cute foul. Ryan 0 for 5 in 3 games since coming off the DL, and over a longer stretch, just 1 for his last 11.
Yeah, so he's going to get a lot of slow stuff. You know, much better fastball hitter, wider stance, hands in a little different position. This is the way Estrada tries to pitch. Your lefty, change ups down and away, and then run that ball right at your hip. Maybe run it back and a little bit like Greg Maddux did and catch that inside corner.
And the 1-2 is right there for a strike.
Yeah, when Estrada, especially the lefties, and I always thought it was easier to pitch to lefties because the first thing you see is Russell Martin's glove. You don't see the hitter. Everybody says, well, you shouldn't throw off the hitter, but most, I think righties to righties, they do. And that's a perfect pitch. And then watch Martin just kind of bring it up just enough to present it to Bellino for the strikeout.
Second strikeout for Estrada. 2 down for Caleb Joseph. And he'll take strike 1. Caleb at 299, so he has dipped just below 300. 5 for 18 on the road trip through New York. The Orioles, this is only their 5th series at home. They have already played 8 on the road, including the home games in Tampa. That does count as a road series statistically. And in the 4 series here at home, they've won 3 of them. The only one they didn't win was against the Blue Jays the first weekend at home, where they dropped 2 out of 3.
It's like home run derby. 12-5, they lost. 1-7-1, lost 10-7.
And you were wondering about Jesus Montero. He's batting .344, 4 home runs, 21 RBIs for AAA Tacoma. So he's still in the minor leagues, but he's
still in Seattle's organization.
Yes. 2-2 with 2 down. All 3. Estrada trying to have a clean inning. And the 3-2 is pulled foul past Bobby Dickerson. Ricochets out into fair territory.
Now that and keep the ball in the ballpark. It's amazing. In 29 home runs last year in the National League, so you figure, okay, maybe that was an aberrational year. Gives up 2 in the first on balls up in the zone.
And it's down and away, ball 4, and a good at bat there for Caleb Joseph to get on with 2 men out, turn the lineup over. Celebrate summer at Oriole Park. You can pick up the new Birdland Summer 6-pack. Pick any 6 games of your choice throughout the season, and you'll enjoy savings up to 20% off the cost of the single game tickets. Now build the perfect plan for you with great rivalry games or popular promotions like bobblehead dates, t-shirts night, fireworks, and more. For all the details, visit Orioles.com/6-pack or call 888-848-BIRD. Manny Machado batting for a second time. Here's what he did in the first.
Yeah, don't want to walk him, and right there, 3-2 fastball hammered to right field. Orioles off to a 1-0 lead, and then Chris Davis would add a 2-run shot. And that's how the Orioles scored the 3. Bottom of the first here at Camden Yards. So he just missed. So now he either has to come back with another fastball and, of course, has to get it down in the zone versus where it was, or he has to go to his favorite pitch, other than his fastball, the changeup. And there it is. Yeah, Scott Coolbaugh was he said, listen, Michael Pineda pitched a great game yesterday. He said, but what we did so well, talking about the Orioles, in the month of April, we hit like 342 off the fastball. In May, we're hitting about 180. And he said, I really thought some of our hitters, because how good Pineda's breaking ball was, they weren't ready for the fastball. So look for the fastball and adjust to the breaking ball.
See if he gets the green light on 3-0. He does, and he pops it up. Shallow right for Colabello. And he puts it away, and that will end the inning. So 2-out walk and a man left as the Orioles go down in the second. Birds enjoy a 3-0 lead. Having a real good year for AAA Norfolk. 6 innings yesterday. He allowed only 2 hits, no runs. He walked 2 and he struck out 6. And how about the staff overall at AAA Norfolk, leading the International League in team ERA, 2.50 for the staff.
Well, you like that, and you like the fact that almost every time we show you a minor league pitcher on our PNC minor league report, it's usually I look at the column, the walks. Because this year the Orioles walks at this level, not that you're going to replace this starting staff, was entirely too high. And we saw that again with Estrada. He walked Elman Young and Chris Davis hit a home run. So throw strikes, trust your stuff, and that really does start the minor leagues.
Ezekiel Carrera also up from AAA Buffalo. Goins and Travis will follow. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and the ball bounces.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of movement. That ball was almost a strike. Not because he bunted at it. And the ball had a lot of life, and Caleb Joseph just didn't catch it.
Carrera, 27 years old. He's from Venezuela. He has been in the Cleveland organization, the Phillies, back to Cleveland, to Detroit, now Toronto.
At 27, and last year an all-star down at AAA Toledo. A speedster at 43 steals. Kind of like this. You bring up Colabello. He's now 11 for 19. Carrera's hitting, those were his numbers career-wise, but he's well over 300.
Fouled off just below us. We got no Jose Reyes, no Jose Bautista.
Yeah, Reyes is just about ready to come back. You had the cracked ribs on a slide up in Fenway.
This one's lifted to left. Pierce was shallow, and he's in on it for the out, and one away. Those fans never miss a game update, behind the scenes moments, or exclusive contests. Follow @Masson Orioles on Twitter for all the latest Orioles buzz. Again, that's @Masson Orioles on Twitter. Jim Palmer follows @Masson Orioles.
I do.
Ryan Goins, the number 9 batter. First ball swinging towards the middle. Flaherty to his right. Can't get it.
And
Ryan looks like the groin is hurt again.
Yep. That's a ball that he usually catches, and I cannot imagine that he's going to stay in the game the way he went after that ball. You know, talking to him, I said, first of all, he never had any kind of leg problem. You could see him not reach down. Richie Mancel's head trader for the Orioles coming down. So again, all the side to side. The other night he aggravated it up in New York because he said thought he was going to beat out a ball, and you do all the work and you come back, and of course you train. He's a well conditioned kid, but just the way he went after that ball, that's not the normal Ryan Flaherty that we know. It wouldn't have been an easy play because Goins can run pretty well. But just the way he limped afterwards.
Well, even on the base hit by Colabello in the second, his first reaction was not as quick as we're accustomed to seeing him play. He's trying to shake it off, but it looks like he's going to have to leave the game.
Well, that usually means you're going to probably go back on the DL, and that's why it's tough to walk off the field.
So Pierce is going to have to come in and get his infielder's glove. He'll move from left field to second base, and we will get either Diaz, Lowe, or Snyder. Snyder is looking for his glove. Dan Bellino over to see who's going to come out. So Pierce will move to second base as Flaherty leaves.
And it's the right side. I mean, he's been taping it. He's been taking all kinds of treatment. But the minute you get into game time situations, everything changes. So obviously very, very frustrating. Had a good spring, made a lot of adjustments with his swing. And Steve Pierce, I've been to a third base coach, infielder instructor Bobby Dickerson. He's played pretty well there. Very comfortable. In fact, we've said it many times. I think Steve Pierce, he could catch if you needed him to. He'd do anything to help the team win.
We'll see. Is it going to be Snyder? It appears maybe. Well, maybe not. He hit the glove back.
Well, do you play
David Lowe?
Yeah. Do you play defense here in the third with a 3-0 lead? So Lowe, an outstanding defensive player.
So Buck Showalter inserts David Lowe in the game. He'll inherit Ryan Flaherty's spot in the batting order, which is 8th. And Pierce moves to second base. Now, of course, Ray Navarro was just sent down to AAA when Hardy came back. He is playing at second base tonight for Norfolk. So if Flaherty does have to go back on the DL, Navarro likely could be called back. Doesn't mean it will be. They also have Paul Janisch there, who's more of a shortstop. So a one-out base runner for Toronto, and here is Devin Travis for his second at-bat. Double play ball. Pierce, Hardy, back to first for a double play.
Well, might as well test him right away.
First pitch, he hits it to Pierce, and Pierce begins a 4-6-3 double play. So the Orioles' second double play in the game, mid-third, O's 3, Toronto nothing. And we believe in Baltimore. There's the Baltimore flag, which ironically is not hanging behind the bullpens in center field because the Canadian flag is there. But the fans brought the Baltimore City flag to the stadium, and there's Ubaldo Jimenez, who has 3 shutout innings, and the Orioles have a 3-0 lead. Jimmy Paredes will lead off. He'll take ball 1. Jones and Young will follow. Now Jimmy also does not have enough plate appearances yet to qualify for the league leaders, but he's getting close.
Well, what a start he's had. And there's the changeup. One thing about Marco Estrada, he sells it. Like he's trying to sell you a used car.
Paredes struck out his first at bat. Bunts third base side. It's a beauty. Donaldson in. Picks it up. Throws off balance. Not in time. There's a bunt single for Paredes.
Well, when you don't have to turn over to your shoulder to know who's on deck. That's Adam Jones, followed by Delman Young, and then Chris Davis. Well, I was thinking Justin Smoke he could have done this, except you'd actually have to work on it. I mean, that's just perfect. You know, Donaldson will not play where he did. So again, as hot as he is with all the home runs and the doubles and the triples, he plays baseball the way it's supposed to be played. They give you something, you take it. What did Buck Showalter say in spring training? Everybody is going to learn how to bunt. I'm not sure if that's happened, but it certainly should be something that just makes you a better player.
It is an underutilized weapon. And Paredes with that bunt single now has a 10-game hitting streak. Jones ground ball towards third. There's Donaldson. Second one. Travis back to first off the bag. Pulling Smoke so Jones reaches.
Yeah, kind of a slow developing play. And of course, if you're Devin Travis, you know how Jones can run. The ball off the end of the bat. And so right here and then right there. I mean, the fact that Paredes gets down there makes him hurry. You can see Smoke. Nice play just to catch it.
So Paredes high fives on the bench for that slide. Jones replaces him at first base. And here's Delman Young, who had a key at bat in the first inning rally, drawing a 2-out walk to keep the inning alive. So the Orioles come into play tonight 3 below 500 because they are 3-6 in May. They were 10-10 in June, 500 last year in June, 500 again in May, or excuse me, in April.
Yeah, they went into
in May.
June 1st as a 500 team. Yeah, the one difference was, the Yankees started out well last year, and then all their starters went down. They were 10-5. The big difference, I mean, even this Jay team, I didn't realize it until I was looking at the numbers for opening day. The Jays in early July were only a half a game out of first place. Nobody really ran away with it in the American League East until the Orioles took control.
Yeah, and the big difference was in the second half last year, the starting pitching was so consistent from the All-Star break on, really.
Well, if you're a young pitcher, and again, it's only through 3 innings, pay attention to the way Jimenez has pitched tonight. A lot of strikes at the knees. Establish your fastball. Estrada really hasn't been able to do that. He's kind of a little different type of pitcher. One thing, Ubaldo has enough innings, talking about Ubaldo Jimenez for the Orioles, is that he's smart enough to know, hey, I'm getting guys out with my fastball. And it doesn't mean I don't use my other pitches, because he has. But that's number one.
1-2 to Young in the dirt as Delman lays off.
Now, Adam has yet to steal a base. Got caught one time. Like the Orioles with 10 steals. Manny Machado with 5 of them. The speedster from Miami.
Well, 2-2 on Delman with Jones at first and 1 down. And he got him. Outstanding changeup, and Delman swings through it. 2 men down. Third strikeout.
Tried to do this the first time, but as you mentioned, walked him, and See, this is, again, it's not about location. You could see him 3-fingered, pulls down like you're pulling a window shade. But you have to be a little bit older to realize what a window shade is. People don't have window shades anymore, do they? Remember the old ones?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they have blinds now and lavalier and all that. But the old window, that's the way you were taught to throw a changeup. I feel like you're taking down the window shade now, but you have to have played 40 or 50 years ago. I don't know how that feels.
Well, I remember them. You may have seen one in the
back
museum.
In the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
In the museum, yes, that's good. I like that.
Back when I was growing up on the plains of New Jersey. 1-0 on Davis. The Orioles, 12 of their 13 wins on the year have come in games in which they have homered. They are a play for the big inning team, and the home run is so important to their run scoring. They're just 1-6 in the 7 games they haven't hit a home run. Another good changeup.
And you could see a great late movement. Just enough movement. Outside third of the plate, and again turning it over a little bit so it almost acts like a screwball. You can see the bat head just out in front of the baseball.
Jones goes, the pitch is fouled off. Chris hit a wallop.
Yeah, they try to get in on him, and they get it in, but not in enough. Whoops. Young man's going to have to bring a glove. Cal's uniform on, Cal Ripken's uniform. He dove out of the way and then pounced on it. Probably the safer thing to do.
Jones, good lead off first. One step beyond the cutout. He's not running. And it's pulled towards right field. Diving stop by Travis from his knees. He throws and he got him. So Chris Davis denied another base hit because of the shift. On a nice play by Travis, went into a dive to get that hard smash. So an infield hit, 1 left. We're through 3, and the Orioles have the lead. First 10,000 female fans 15 and over at the game at 1:35 will receive an Orioles wristlet presented by PNC Bank. The good seats still remain for this rescheduled promotion, but they won't last long. So gather up your family and friends and come on out and celebrate a Sunday at Camden Yards. For your tickets, Orioles.com or call 888-848-BIRD. Fans enjoying a beautiful night for baseball. A day after Mother's Day. I expect Miss Susan got a nice present from you.
Yeah, left Florida on the 1 o'clock flight yesterday.
The present was you left?
Dad, yes, exactly. People were asking me at the gym yesterday morning. They said, "What are you doing for for Susan, and for her birthday I said, peace and tranquility, I'm leaving at 1. She was very thankful.
Fastball right at the knees for Donaldson. The Blue Jays are reacting as if they do not expect the low strike to be called, and Bellino's been calling it since the first pitch of the game.
Well, Josh was talking about that. He said, you know, the strike zone of the umpire has a lot to do with whether Ubaldo could get ahead or behind. And you know, the first pitch was probably a ball. It was a high slider, but Dan Bellino, as you mentioned early, if you're a pitcher or you're a hitter, you're trying to figure out what his zone is, and you hope that it'll be that strike zone throughout the game.
Can't get him to chase.
Yeah, but it does get him to a point where now, of course, Donaldson has worked his way back into the count. Hasn't even had to take the bat off his shoulder yet.
So 3-2 leading off in the fourth, and he got him. Comes off speed, and Donaldson can't catch it.
Well, we were talking about in the opening, this is one of the better high ball, fastball hitting clubs. So even the splitter, and that one hangs up, fools him. You can see him trying to stay back. He's already, the stride has happened. And then just enough movement, kind of like a knuckleball, where he swings over it. So 85 versus 91, 92 ruins the rhythm of the swing. And there's a low strike again. And Russell Martin's going. Not only is it a wide plate.
Well, you could see the style of Bellino as he crouches down behind Caleb. So the ball coming in on the lower part of the zone is coming right into his eyesight.
Yeah, there we go. And I mean, this is what he's done this year. And again, the ground ball percentage. I mean, he came in only 14 balls out of 57, put in the air, and then he goes to another zone right there. So strike one, strike two. Martin struck out the first time. In fact, the first three Jays struck out. This time just throws it by him. Totally different hitter when he is behind in the count, as most hitters.
Now, the top three hitters in this lineup, all hot hitters coming in, Travis, Donaldson, and Martin, are now a combined 0 for 6 with 5 strikeouts. 2 down, and there's ball 1 to Edwin Encarnacion. Shift is on against him. Pierce on the shortstop side of the bag. Encarnacion drew a leadoff walk in the second. Dangerous hitter.
Yeah, and those numbers will get better as long as he stays healthy. Big 3-run home run. Jays won 2 out of 3 against the Red Sox. There's again, that's a fastball count, but the movement, Encarnacion unable to really make solid contact. But Joe Kelly threw him a 3-run hanging curveball the other night, and he hit it over the green monster. In home up about the second deck. Coming back our way. And now Ubaldo back into the count where he can use all his pitches.
2-2 on Encarnacion. 2 outs and the base is empty. 5 Ks in 3 2/3 innings for Jimenez. And he got him. Encarnacion down on strikes, and for a second time in this game, Ubaldo Jimenez has struck out the side. Visit us in-store or online at mile1.com. Series with the Blue Jays continues with games tomorrow and Wednesday. And then on Thursday, the Orioles will not only enjoy a day off at home, it'll be their first day off in which they haven't had to travel since April 9th. So looking forward to that. And the Angels come in for the weekend, night games on Friday and Saturday, and a day game on Sunday. So the Orioles will get out of the AL East this weekend. Ubaldo Jimenez, 4 shutout innings on 55 pitches.
Okay, trivia. Who has the least amount of runs scored in the American League in 2015?
Well, it must be the Angels because they were just on the graphic.
No, Seattle.
Seattle. They come in after the Angels.
The Angels, who led the American League in wins and in offense last year, are 13. So there.
I was under the impression Seattle was going to run away with it. That's what we heard all spring.
Well, it's early. Houston 20-12. Leading the American League West.
Astros will be here Memorial Day. There's a bouncer towards third. Donaldson plays the hop. Good arm off the bag. Safe as the foot came off the base.
Yeah, Smoke, a big guy, big target. 23 errors for Josh Donaldson last year, and right there gets to it very easy. And again, it's an angled throw where you drop your arm a little bit, so he gets it very quickly. I mean, plenty of time, and just the release point. Smoke trying to stay on. Let's see, catches it as the toe leaves the bag.
They're stalling on the field to see if John Gibbons wants a review of this play, and he does. He has asked for a review.
Well, John actually changed the rules in a sense, because there was a play, I think, against Tampa where it took him a while to get out there. Now, unless there's 2 outs, all you have to do is just point.
Right. So the crew chief, Tom Halligan, comes in from second base, and Bruce Dreckman, who made the call at first, comes in.
I'm not sure there's enough to change, but
well, the Blue Jays video coordinator, whatever angle he had, felt that it's worth challenging that the toe may have stayed on the bag. Dreckman was emphatic that it was not on the bag.
Yeah, pretty close.
It looked like it could go the other way.
But it has to be pretty definitive to make the change because of the call on the field. And Josh Donaldson says, well, I have an error clause in my contract. And
like the Orioles, the Blue Jays are off to a tough start.
Yeah, I'm not right there from that angle. And, of course, they'll look at all the different angles. He might have deemed that he was off the bag.
Blue Jays have 18 errors coming in. Orioles 19 errors coming in, and of the Orioles 19 errors, 11 have been throwing errors.
Well, the Orioles, the first thing when you talk to Bobby Dickerson, who's the infield coach, he said the first thing we really have to tighten up is our defense. You know, we've had some guys, I mean, because you lose three years of Gold Gloves. And Smoke's such a big guy, tremendous arm span. I think the toe's off right there.
It's taken a long time. The umpires are looking up at the scoreboard, but there hasn't been a replay on the scoreboard, so they're listening into the umpires, their colleagues in New York City. And Donaldson awaiting to see if he has a 7th error or if this call will be overturned. You wonder what they're looking at that it's taking this long. There's the stretch. Appears the toe may have been off the bag, but then may have been placed back on. Now, this is not good for Marco Estrada. A delay in the middle of the inning.
Well, that's the one angle right there that would maybe make them change it. Yeah. And again, they're looking at whether the toe stayed on, whether the ball's in the glove. Well, we've had so many different interpretations. Does it have to go all the way to the back of the glove? If you use a first baseman's glove, it is one big glove.
They have their answer, it appears, and he's safe. So it is E5. So they looked and they looked to see if there was any evidence to overturn the call and did not have any. So E5 allows Pierce to reach, leading off here in the fourth. Orioles have put the leadoff man on in 3 of their 4 innings. So the Blue Jays' 19th error. Here's J.J. Hardy. Popped up to short his first at bat. And there's a strike. The Blue Jays team pitching is 13th out of the 15 teams. Their team ERA is 4.59. Toronto challenged. It was not overturned, so they are out of challenges. Pierce runs. Pitch is taken. Throw to second base. Bounces. He is out at second base on a great tag by Travis.
Now also a nice one hopper. You get rid of it quickly. Is it online? And the answer is yes. This is the 11th that Russell Martin has thrown out. And the ball, I mean, watch the ball bounce right into the glove, what, by a couple of feet.
So after all that, that eliminates the base runner. It took 3 minutes and 7 seconds on that manager's challenge as Hardy pulls it deep but foul down the line. Seemed longer than that. Estrada, 24 wins in his big league career. Last year for Milwaukee, he was 7-6, and the 7 wins a career high for a season. As Hardy rips it right at Donaldson for an out.
Yeah, quality at bat. I mean, if you look at Marco Estrada, 2.48 ERA as a reliever and over 5 runs a game as a starter. So is it that he's not in shape? I don't think that's the case. It's just that sometimes you rep it for him. Fastball changeup guy. I mean, he has a curveball. I don't think he's thrown one over yet.
David Lowe batting for a first time. He came in defensively when Ryan Flaherty left with what appears to be a reoccurrence of his groin injury. So David in there. So that is the 12th potential base stealer caught by Martin, and as Jim mentioned earlier, second best to just Derek Nars, who has 13.
And then he's got another pickoff included in that. And it's not only that, it's 11 these coming in. It was 11 out of 22. So he's right up there almost at 50%. That's what he brings to the table. Well, you know, you go back to last year, the Orioles won 96 games. They won 3 out of 4 against the Pirates. Double here, double head after the rain. He didn't play in any of those games.
Pilar racing in on it, but it falls in for a base hit. So it bloops in there for a 2-out single for David Lowe.
Yeah, Russell Martin got hurt, so had some hamstring problems on the DL. So that's a good way to play the Pirates.
No, 2-out base hit. David Lowe 5 for his last 14 in games with an at-bat. And here's Caleb, who drew a walk his first at-bat. Orioles with 2 home runs in the first inning and a quick 3-0 lead. And that one's in the dirt, scooped up there by Russell Martin.
Yeah, Caleb had a couple of good takes on pretty good changeups just off the outside corner. And a few guys that at least was able to pick up the changeup.
Outside, ball 2. Now Estrada in his career, this is his 8th season, and he's pretty much split his career between starting and relieving. This is his 73rd career start, and he has 89 career appearances in relief, and his first 6 this year as a Blue Jay were out of the bullpen. As Caleb pops it up to shallow right. Chris Colabello has a play. Travis out there as well, and he veers off, and Colabello has it for the out. A base hit, a man left. We're through 4. Baldwin the O's with the lead. edition is brought to you by DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball for free at DraftKings.com. Just enter the promo code TRIPLEPLAY for your free entry. And by Ocean City, Maryland. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City, Maryland. Book now at OCOcean.com. Monday Night Baseball here at Camden Yards on a lovely night. Fans are out to welcome home their birds. There's the second home game in the last 15 days. Ubaldo Jimenez, 4 innings, 2 hits. He has thrown first pitch strikes to 10 of the 13 batters that he has faced. 77% rounded off. Estrada just 10 of 18. And as Jim Palmer pointed out earlier, that's how you succeed, by getting ahead. And as we say that, he throws ball 1.
Yeah, Smoke hit it pretty well, but right at Ryan Flaherty, who had to leave the game with looked like a reoccurrence of the groin problem, right side. And they gave him the bunt the first time. This time a little bit different. Manny Machado, now he'll move back. 2-0. You can see him backpedaling. He was up almost at the infield grass.
Now, unless he just isn't comfortable bunting, with this defensive alignment, when you're down by 3 and it's the 5th inning, I would be thinking, why are you not bunting? Just get on base.
Well, he hit 7 home runs last year, hit 200, 202. He's hitting 209. You would think that would be something that you might work on.
2 to left, 4 to center, 3 to right. Of course, he's a switch hitter, so. But that only adds up to 9 base hits. And Ubaldo gets him, so he fell behind 2-0, and he comes back to get him. There's strikeout number 7 for Ubaldo.
See, quality pitches, and this is about as good as it gets. This is a splitter, bottom drops out, but he had a pitch to hit in a sense. Here's the splitter again. It just tumbles out of the zone, and you can do that once you get to 2 strikes. But the 2-0 fastball was right at the knees. He took it, then he threw him another one with great movement. That was his pitch to hit. Couldn't quite get to it because of the velocity and the location.
So he has struck out 7. He also has struck out the last 4 batters. Ball 1 to Colabello. What a great story for Chris Colabello. All those years in the independent leagues. 11 years total. Finally got a chance with Minnesota.
The Can-Am League.
Yep.
Played for what? The Worcester Tornadoes, the Nashua Pride, and he hit in every league. In fact, John Gibbons, the skipper of the Toronto, that's a good changeup right there. He introduced me to him, and he had 27 RBIs in 23 games and hurt his thumb. And I asked him, how did they ever give up on you with that kind of start last year? And had a chance maybe to go to Korea, said he wanted to come back, play in the big leagues, and then here he is.
It's slowly towards third. Machado plays an in-between hop, bounced up on him, and he gets him anyway. So 2 men down here in the 5th inning. Fans, this season's first fireworks night is coming to Oriole Park Friday, May 29th, when the O's take on the Rays at 7:05. Stay after the game for a beautiful fireworks display presented by Kaiser Permanente. Gather up your family and friends and come on out and create some new Birdland memories. For your tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Now 2 down. Here's Pilar. Ubaldo, in his start against the Jays on April 11th, 7 shutout innings. He had 8 Ks in that game. And he's got 7 Ks so far tonight. Paints the corner.
Well, that's what you work on. It was one of the mantras for the Oriole pitching staff. You talked about how good they were from June 1st on last year. And it was about being able to throw the low and away strike.
That ball's ripped into left field. David Lowe is over towards the gap. And Pilar's going to head into second base. He'll have a 2-out double.
So he has 2 quality at bats. I mean, he ripped a line drive his first time up. This is what, of course, what Toronto's looking for. He doesn't miss that fastball. Good fastball. Hitter gets one to hit, and pretty much almost all the other fastballs have been about knee high. That one pretty much in the middle of the plate.
So Pilar snaps his 0 for 13 with a 2-out double. And here is Ezekiel Carrera. Fly ball left center field. On the run is David Lowe, and he can't get it. Bounces down for a base hit. Pilar will score, and heading to second with an RBI double is Carrera. So after 2 outs and nobody on, the Blue Jays get to Ubaldo and make it a 2-run game.
Now Marco Estrada gives up the 3 runs in the first, and it's not a bad pitch outside middle. And again, Carrera, you play him a little bit shallow because he's the guy that steals a lot of bases, and he hits the ball up the gap.
Now Carrera with his 6th RBI. He's in scoring position with 2 down.
Yeah, and that was something that Ubaldo's been terrific. Only 3 for 20 coming into this game with runners in scoring position.
Missing inside. Going single in the 3rd inning, a ground ball that got up the middle past Ryan Flaherty, and Flaherty then left the game. Ezequiel Carrera gets Toronto on the board. Estrada's done a good job since the 1st inning. The Orioles have not had add-on runs. There's a line drive right at Hardy, and that will end the inning. Blue Jays do get a run on a couple of doubles, 1 left. Mid-5th at Camden Yards. Baltimore 3, Toronto 1. On the mound against the veteran Mark Burley. That's game 2 of the 3-game series. Our coverage on MASN begins at 6:30 with those extra presented by Southwest, followed by game coverage at 7 o'clock. We've got all the access you need right here on MASN.
Well, Mark Burley, you could see the number, but the ERA. So you have 2 guys. I mean, Burley won his 200th game opening day here in Baltimore. So we know he's had one heck of a career. And then Chris Tillman, ERA higher than he wants. The one thing that jumps out, I mean, really, not only jumps out, it leaps at you with the base on balls. So got a little haircut today. Maybe get rid of all the bad hairs. Get back on track, and certainly able to
get rid of the bad hairs.
The bad hairs. Well, we got a 6-point ERA. It's not your fault. It's your haircut. Come on.
And he's sitting with A&R Diaz, the Orioles assistant hitting coach, who probably is the most positive guy in the organization, so not a bad guy to sit with. Manny Machado takes ball 1 from Estrada. And as we begin the 5th, and the O's now looking for some add-on runs.
Yeah, Marco still trying to throw a breaking ball for a strike. At the end of the day, if you're a hitter, you know he's got a good changeup. And now all of a sudden, it's almost like he's calmed down after the 1st inning. Gave up the 3-2 home run to Manny out over the plate, and then tried to get in on Chris Davis after the walk to Young.
He has not had a 3-up, 3-down inning, but the Orioles only have 4 hits. And 2 of those 4 hits left the ballpark in the 1st inning, driving in all 3 runs, and that pitch count mounting now at 84. High fly ball to right. Colabello's there. And he has hit the ball to right field all 3 times. The first one carried out. The last 2 caught by Colabello. This past February, the Orioles served as the mission engagement chair of the American Heart Association's 2015 Baltimore Heart Ball. Together, the Orioles and the event chair SunTrust helped to raise more than $679,000 for cardiovascular disease research, education program, and advocacy efforts. The Orioles thank sponsors Johns Hopkins Medicine, Sinai Hospital at Lifebridge Health Center, and SCHN Group. Please visit Orioles.com/AHA for information on how you can do your part for this cause. Steve Delabar now getting loose, one of the 4 right-handers in that Blue Jays bullpen.
Yeah, back in their bullpen. And talked to Pete Walker, the pitching coach, said it seems, our starters, we'd like to get them a little bit better, but the bullpen's kind of settling into place. There's another good strike. And if you're Marco Estrada, as we mentioned, this team does lead, talking about the Jays, lead the American League in runs, 5.38 per game, 5.85 on the road. He's kept them in the game. Who would have ever thought after that first inning that the Orioles still would only have 3 runs, even though it's only the 5th?
We saw that even last year when the Orioles won 96 games. Very often when they would have big early in-game innings, they would fail to add on. Not that they get comfortable.
It's just that Estrada's pitch better.
Line to right field. There's another base hit for Paredes.
Well, you try to learn from previous at-bats. Now he's already bunted for a base hit. Donaldson took the bunt away from him this time. He swung through some changeups. Watch him go down and get this changeup. And it's almost like he's looking for it. Otherwise, you don't cover that outside corner. Slow everything down. When somebody's throwing 88, it's not like he's going to throw the ball by you. Well, you got Delabar, the right-hander, Jeff Francis, the lefty.
So Paredes 2 out of 3, he's hitting 10 straight, and he has 3 consecutive multi-hit games, and he gets on for Adam Jones. Adam, first ball swinging, pops it up a mile high to second base. There's Devin Travis. And he's got it for the out and 2 men down. So Adam is 0 for 3.
Well, that's what the changeup does. A couple of outs on changeups, and because it's in the back of your mind, you chase out of the zone. And Marco Estrada says, thank you very much. That was a ball. Again, that was up by Baltimore. Down 4 or 5 inches, it becomes very hittable.
Delman Young now 2 outs and Paredes at first. And he takes low. And Estrada trying to get through this inning and stay in the game. Paredes on at first after his single. Delman Young does not have a home run yet on the year. Another off-speed pitch, swings through it. And Martin looks Paredes back to first. Delman looking to extend the hitting streak to 7 straight games. Paredes now has 29 base hits in 19 games. One is too tight. Good eye by Delman Young. Estrada, born in Sonora in Mexico, and then grew up in Silmar, California.
Yeah, you mentioned that's where Miguel Gonzalez, who will pitch in this series, comes out of Mexico. The difference between maybe Miguel throws a couple of ticks faster and then has the splitter. But there's a changeup, and that's what Estrada uses as his split-fingered fastball. Maybe it doesn't have quite the downward movement, but does have late life. There's his pitching coach, Pete Walker, looking on.
A 2-2 on Delman. Orioles have now hit Toronto 5-4, and they lead it 3-1. because they have a 2-0 advantage in home runs. Trying to go to right field and fouls it off.
Yeah, I would imagine Estrada's not easy to run on because he's very quick to the plate and loads into that right leg. And then pretty much almost a slide step where you just slide your front leg.
Slowed down his pace here with the runner on at first. And a 2-2 to Delman Young. And he got him. Fastball rode in on him, and Delman couldn't foul it off to stay alive. So a 1-out single and a man left. We're through 5 at Camden Yards. Paredes red hot.
A little different uniform here tonight, and then what the Orioles do, averaging over 7 runs a game. Of course, Jimenez is really mowing down the Jays. 7 strikeouts on the night, and here come the Orioles, top of the first. Machado leads it off with a home run, 2-run home run by Chris Davis to take a 3-0 lead. And those are your Geico game highlights. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
Ubaldo Jimenez begins the 6th inning with a strike to Devitt Travis. Donaldson and Martin follow, top of the order for the Jays. Travis 0 for 2, including a strikeout. Ubaldo has 7 Ks on the night. Past the mound towards the middle. There's Pierce. Good footwork, gets it across, and a nice stretch on the back end by Chris Davis.
Yeah, positioning such an important part. Up the middle. Jimenez, you'll see him try to flag it down. Can't get it. Couple of steps, get the ball in front of you. And they mentioned Steve Pierce can play it everywhere. Until you really, I just thought he was a hitter, and then you get to see him play pretty regular last year, hitting over 290 with 21 home runs, and really pick it at first base.
Donaldson against the shift hits it past Hardy for a single.
So 2 pitches, almost 2 outs, except he hangs a splitter. And Josh Donaldson says after a couple of strikeouts, I think I'll try to put it in play early, and does.
And that allows the Jays to get the tying run to the plate.
Now 74 pitches, and I always felt as you get 3-4 times through the order, sometimes 5, if your quality of your pitches they aren't as good as they were early against a good hitting team, and this is what Toronto does. That's when you get yourself in trouble.
Martin, first ball swinging, pops it up near the Oriole bench, and Davis runs out of room. It bounces into the dugout. Wayne Kirby saying something, as always. Chris Davis with a big smile.
I thought you might have a chance. Russell Martin, after getting called out, well, first and the second time, but First time he thought the ball was off the corner. Very aggressive. Swung at a ball up and in.
Of the 7 strikeouts, 6 have been swinging strike threes. His season high is 8 against the Jays.
Well, this
in his
is
first start
this
here.
is what happens. You get a team that wants to hit on their terms, but when you throw a lot of strikes, it makes the other team more aggressive. Instead of taking, they say, "Hey, it's going to be strike one," and it has been pretty much all night.
0-2 on Martin. This is down and in. Ubaldo 2-0 in his 2 starts here at home. He's allowed just the 1 run here tonight in his now 3 home starts. And he's 0-2 in 3 starts on the road. Nice block there by Caleb Joseph to prevent the runner from advancing. Dave Wallace's pitching coach looking on. The 1-0 decision for Ubaldo was the game in Boston in which he got ejected in the 4th inning. Donaldson had a small lead back easily.
Yeah, it doesn't run a lot. 8 for 8 last year, Josh Donaldson. And they're 3 out of 3 running against a menace. But this is not one of those running situations.
Check swing, and he went too far. Bellino says he went, and that's a strikeout.
Well, this is how you pitch, folks. To get ahead, he swings at a couple of pitches early on, and then you make your pitch, or you don't. Here he does. And you can see the bat headed well out in front of the plate. In fact, so far that Dan Bellino doesn't even have to check. So quality pitch. And now you're getting into where they, as we mentioned, they've seen you 3 times. This is when you have to make your pitches.
He's not out of it yet. Here's Encarnacion.
Well, high ball hitter and loves the ball up in the zone. So pretty much kind of tells you what you have to do. As we mentioned, came in 6 for 28. Lifetime with a home run. And pretty efficient. Those pitch counts last year averaged over 18 pitches per innings. This year came into tonight at 16.2.
He fell behind Martin 2-0. Now he's 2-0 to Encarnacion. Fastball to knees.
And you could see Edwin going, I'm not really sure why I really took that. I think he just, the movement fooled him. 92, threw it relaxed, late life. There's another one right on the corner. And they're going to complain, but this is a strike. I mean, this is the perfect pitcher's pitch. Ball runs back and catches the outside corner, and this is something that Ubaldo couldn't do last year. You better the ball on the plate.
You better be swinging now. Donaldson took off, swing and a miss, and there goes the bat, and the side is retired. So Ubaldo, a season high 9 strikeouts. He gets the last 2 after the single, and he enjoys a 3-1 lead.
and acquits himself quite well. And now our Jiffy Lube pitching change. It's time for a little relief for your car. Visit Jiffy Lube for regular oil changes and help prevent damage and wear to your engine. Jiffy Lube, drive in today as Jeff Francis will come on and pitch for the Jays. Big tall lefty. First came to the major leagues with Colorado as a starting pitcher. Back 14, 13, 17 wins. So now out of the bullpen, you can see the numbers right there. A lot of strikeouts. You know, not one of those guys that dominant left-handers. His lefties are hitting him better than righties at 286. But again, it gives him a guy very tall, that is about 6'8", actually 6'5".
Well, he and Ubaldo were teammates, right, in Colorado?
Yes, they were.
Yeah. So his job is to keep it as is. The Orioles trying to add on here. They have not been able to do it since getting that 3-0 lead in the first. Chris Davis will lead off. Pierce and Hardy will follow. Line drive, base hit left field. So Davis has a 2-hit night. Both hits on the first pitch. Let's get a look at our Jeep inside the numbers as Chris Davis gets on. How about this, Jim? First pitches on the year. Orioles' second highest first pitch swinging percentage. Their batting average is the best in the league, and their slugging is second.
Well, a lot of that goes to what Scott Coolbaugh was saying. You look for the fastball if you get that pitch. The amazing thing about Chris Davis is that he came into this game hitting .360 with balls, batting average on balls put in play. So if he makes contact, he's a .360 hitter, which is what Adam Jones came in leading the American League. But that was a nice approach right there.
He just as easily could be 3 for 3. He was robbed by Devin Travis in his at-bat in the third inning. 1-0 on Steve Pierce. Good changeup, and he swings through it.
Yeah, Francis not the hard thrower he used to be, and you know, he's got a cutter, he's got a changeup. I think what we saw him earlier in the year, 88 maybe. Delabar, the right-hander, hard throwing, former All-Star.
Line, base hit, left field, back-to-back singles to begin the sixth inning.
Well, there's the changeup. So the fastball to Davis was up. The changeup ends up in the middle of the plate, and Steve Pierce says, "I will massage this into left." Right in his wheelhouse.
Well, he'll take that. He was just 2 for his last 18 prior to this single. So the Orioles have something going here.
Yeah, and it almost looks like they're playing for the bunt. I'm not sure you're going to bunt with Hardy with Lowe on deck. But you never know.
Didn't show it. This is the Orioles' first at-bat with a runner in scoring position in this game.
Done a nice job this year at hitting .300 coming into the game as a team.
JJ is 0 for 2. And an off-speed pitch floats on the outside corner. Grounded foul. Hardy last year .315 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, and one of the reasons is, I mean, hurt his back early on. Home runs were down. I mean, typical year is somewhere between 20 and 30 home runs. What he's done for the Orioles last year, only 9. Have a look right here, and right off the top of the instep.
JJ shaking it off, and with Francis in the game here, the Toronto Blue Jays have an all-Canadian battery. Francis is from Vancouver and Martin is from Toronto. So 2 native Canadians playing for the home nation team. Check swing, he went too far, says Bambolino. That's a strike. So Hardy goes down on strikes and 1 away. For every Orioles walk, CareFirst Blue Cross Blue Shield contributes $50 to support the March of Dimes. The O's have drawn 75 walks for a total of $3,750. CareFirst Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and a more active lifestyle. So Hardy strikes out, cannot advance the runners. Here is David Lowe for his second at bat. He's in Flaherty's spot for the batting order. And he'll look at a breaking ball for a strike. Lowe 0 for 4 on the year with runners in scoring position. He singled in his first at bat.
And he has not had an at bat against a left-hander. This is his first at bat.
Francis misses outside, 1-1.
Well, he did what Jimenez did. He got the 2 strikes on Hardy and then buried a breaking ball. Great quality pitch when he needed it.
And he hit him. Near the hands, it looked like.
Yeah, I mean, if you're first at bat against lefties, of course, Buck saying we got enough injuries. I'm about Buck Scholl, the Oriole manager, and if you're David, you're looking away, trying to cover the outside corner, and he gets him right in the back of the tricep.
Yeah. So down to first to load the bases is David Lowe, and here's John Gibbons. And with a righty coming up, Caleb Joseph. We're going to get Delabar in the game. Bases loaded, 1 down for the O's in the 6th.
We mentioned 2013, an all-star for Toronto, hard-throwing right-hander. They had a lot of fastballs, breaking ball, the slider, and then the splitter change. So was having a nice year. He got called up on the 5th of May. That's what Pete Walker, the pitching coach for the Jays, was talking about, the bullpen kind of settling down. And of course, what he's trying to do is save Toronto. They're down by 2 with the bases loaded, and make Jeff Francis numbers look a little bit better than they could be. But when you come in these situations, it's obviously pressure packed, but it's also what they judge, Jim, as you know, the inherited runners, how you do with inherited runners. So if you're Caleb Joseph, you're looking to put a ball in the air, don't have to get a base hit to add a run. Certainly would like to do more than that, and Delabar is looking double play or strikeout.
Caleb batting .389 with runners in scoring position. He is 7 for 18 and a chance here as the Orioles look to add to their 2-run lead. Foul back 0-1. These teams are amazingly similar in how their pitching has struggled overall on the year. The Blue Jays are 13th, 4.59. The Orioles are 11th at 4.33. In the bullpens, the Blue Jays are 8th, 3.58, and the Orioles are 9th, 3.59. Although the Orioles bullpen has been pitching very much better. And that ball rode in on him and he fouls it back.
Yeah, the first one was hittable. That one, and again, Delabar 6'5". I mean, he had been listed at a little bit over 215 pounds, but he looks bigger than that. Every time I talk to him, he's a big dude. Yeah, probably a lot of deception. And now he's looking double play ball, bury a breaking ball, splitter, something down on the ground, and Caleb's just trying to stay alive. And that slider not even close.
Caleb has walked. He has flied out.
Well, these are those premium at bats where, as I mentioned, you don't have to get a base hit to drive in a run. And the Orioles did a terrific job in April of doing that.
Pretty good cut there.
Yeah. But their balls. And that's all right. Caleb is an inexperienced hitter. Kind of listening to the pregame show, they had Chris Hoyles, former Oriole catcher, who actually worked with Caleb Joseph, and he said he doesn't know of too many young players that have come as far as Caleb, as far as catching, receiving the ball, even the hitting at this level. Done a terrific job.
He's off 2-2. Now the Orioles, with the sack flies, doing a better job. They already have 10 on the year, and that is 5th most in the league.
Well, that's what Scott Coolbaugh was talking about, the hitting instructor for the Orioles, and you know, a lot of it has to do with your approach. This is not easy here. You know, the minute he got the 2 strikes, you're just trying to protect.
Check swing, and it's low. What an eye. Ball 3.
But the other thing is, when you work, Caleb Joseph worked on shortening his swing. Scott Coolbaugh, the hitting instructor, will tell you, hey, be ready to hit. And he had a long swing last year. So you can see all the breaking balls down and out of the zone, all the fastballs up and in.
And the 3-2 line to center field. Pilar is there, and he makes the catch, tagging is Davis. Here he comes. The throw will be cut off by Smoke, and coming through is Caleb Joseph. What an at-bat for a sac fly and an RBI, and the Orioles once again lead by 3.
And what he was able to do after he got to 0-2 is work the count where Delavar had to throw a strike. Instead of up and in, it's over the plate, short swing. You could see him stay inside it. And then Pilar is going to make a heave, and Davis tags and scores the Orioles' 4th run. Trying to get as big a cushion against the best offensive team in the American League are the Orioles.
So they have hit their magic number of 4 runs. They have not won a game all year, scoring 3 or less. Here's our Lexus 1000 drive of the game in the 1st inning.
Yeah, 3-2, and Manny gets it all. Right center field, just gets over the roof that houses the grounds crew here.
Drive of the game brought to you by Lexus 1000, the area's #1 volume Lexus dealer, 5 years running. See why at lexus1000.com. Manny takes ball 2.
Yeah, the only thing that Manny hasn't done to this point, and you know that'll change, is hitting with runners in scoring position. Came in at 200. You know, the last 2 years, well over 300. What I like is that his pitches seen per plate at bat is up dramatically, almost about a half a pitch and at bat.
Throw back behind Pierce. He would have been out, but Travis dropped the ball.
Yeah, part of spring training continues all the way into the season. You're trying to cut down the lead, and that's one way of doing it. And this is communication between your catcher and Travis. All he has to do is catch the ball, and Pierce would have been out, but he doesn't. Couldn't get the handle on it.
Steve trying to get a good secondary lead. Did not anticipate the throw.
Yeah, you get an idea of how accurate Russell Martin's arm is.
Taken all the way on 3-0.
Well, they let him hit 3-0 the second time, and he skied it to right.
Runners lead from 1st and 2nd with 2 down. Bounce to 3rd. Donaldson has it. Goes to 2nd. Wide throw, but Travis on the bag to force David Lowe, and that will end the inning. But the Orioles scratch out a run on a couple of hits, a hit batter, and a sac fly by Joseph. We are through 6, 4-1 O's. here tonight is Ubaldo.
Well, it kind of started the first inning where he struck out the side, so probably not even trying to do it. A lot of quality pitches tonight. Splitters, fastballs, occasional breaking ball. Able to stay down in the zone. You can see right here another great slider to Russell Martin. There goes Encarnacion, who struck out to end the 6th inning. So a lot of fastballs. And it's not only that he only threw 10% breaking balls, but it's the quality of the breaking balls and the changeups and even the fastball. Great movement down at the knees. He's hit 93, hardest I've seen him throw in 2 years, and made a lot of great pitches tonight.
And once again has a 3-run cushion. Here's Justin Smoke to lead off. And he gets ahead with a strike. Machado was in on the grass. Now after the strike, he'll move back as the Orioles employ the shift against Smoke. Lined right into the shift. Right there is Pierce. And he gets it to Davis for the out. And one away here in the 7th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Orioles. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. 20,468 the attendance tonight. On reopening night. Here's Colabello. And Ubaldo gets ahead on 1. Another low strike. Colabello questioning Gambolino.
Well, they'd like to have strike 1 be strike ball, or ball
Right.
1, and that hasn't been the case. And I think he's had a, other than the ball to Russell Martin off the plate, pretty much he's just called the ball around the knees. Now, you could talk to everybody. Runs were down to what, about 3.9 runs a game throughout Major League Baseball last year, and everybody's saying the strike zone's gone down a little bit. It's certainly gone up a little bit too.
This one got a piece of Caleb.
Yeah. Glove, shin, everything. Well, that's part of catching. And Colabello's been up twice. The ball up, he hit the right field for a base hit. Ball down, he hit a grounder.
Breaking ball fouled off.
And Ubaldo, every once in a while, he'll drop his arm angle like that. He didn't really get it in a very good spot, but got away with it.
Up to 89 pitches as he works here in the 7th. Outside, doesn't chase.
He's pitched a lot better this year. Talking about Ubaldo Jimenez, but they've also supported him very well. Something they didn't do in 2014.
6.41 run support per game. Any starter will take that.
Yeah. And it's also a lot of times it's when you get them. Got him early in the 2nd game here at Camden Yards. He was able to one-hit Toronto. Up in Toronto, he gave up the 2 two-run home runs, and they didn't get him runs, and he ended up losing that game, even though he pitched relatively well.
Check swing, peel to first. He did not go. That was close. Bruce Streckman said he checked. Ubaldo with a big smile.
Yeah, I'm going to have to see that from this angle. And that bat travel, again, it's not breaking your wrist. It's how far the bat traveled. That ball certainly could have gone the other way. Toronto's happy about it. They're looking for base runners.
So full count on Colabello.
And this is one of those counts with a 3-run lead that 3-2, throw a knee-high 2-seamer, make him put the ball in play. Don't try to trick him. You see Caleb giving him a little thing, and that's what he does. Because the chances are, if you throw it knee-high for the middle of the plate, it's probably not, with all the movement, going to end up there. And I think Caleb's coming out and saying, hey, let's pitch to the scoreboard. That's what you do in the 7th inning. Now, your ego could say, hey, I want to strike this guy out. I've already struck out 9. But if you throw him a great breaking ball and you fool him and he doesn't swing, then you have to rely on the umpire to call it.
Ubaldo about to deal the 8th pitch in this at bat to Chris Colabello. And he fouls it back. Alabello out of Milford, Massachusetts, now 31 years old.
I mean, he's hit everywhere, even in the Can-Am League that you talked about. The Worcester Tornadoes, the national pride.
And another 3-2 is a little low, ball 4, and he lost it. That is just the second walk allowed by Jimenez. The other came in the second inning. Fans, you can follow the Orioles all season with MLB.com At Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat is up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com At Bat for your smartphone or your tablet. Here's Kevin Pillar, 1 out of 2.
Yeah, 2 quality at bats, line drives both times. See, right there, they're going, they kind of shake their head. And they want strike 1 to be ball 1, and that hasn't been the case.
And it hasn't been the case for 7 innings.
One thing about Dan Bellino, right around the kneecaps is a strike tonight.
Line the other way, foul, and it's 0-2. Ubaldo 2 outs away from getting through 7 innings. He would take over the team lead. This would be his 3rd start of going at least 7 innings, but he needs 2 more outs, and Darren O'Day is now getting loose in the Orioles bullpen. 0-2 on Pillar, 1 on, 1 out. Grounded foul past third base coach Luis Rivera.
Yeah, 98 pitches. 64 of them strikes, 34 balls. And that strike to ball ratio is something he didn't do very often last year.
Bounce foul again.
That is 99. This will be pitch 100.
Well, the last time the Orioles played a game in this ballpark was the April 29th game with no fans against Chicago, and Ubaldo pitched that game. And he pitched 7 strong innings in that one.
They got him 6 in the first. So there's that cushion.
Down and away, Pillar doesn't chase, 1-2.
Yeah, I think one of the things that you could see right there, he missed by what, about 2 feet. When you get a little bit tired, the pitch count gets at 100. What you have to do is slow the body down and speed up your arm. And there's a tendency to speed up the body, and that's why you pull balls.
Ground ball towards third. Manny's got it. Double pump. Second out. Back to first. And out at first base. And Pillar can't believe it. Bruce Strickland calls him out. What a double play turn by the Orioles, and Pierce in the middle. And John Gibbons is going to come out.
Well, they don't have a challenge.
Right.
But the umpires, because it's a 7th inning, could actually look at it. So this might be one of those old-fashioned things. I don't think. And watch this hesitation, because he's got to make sure that Pierce is there. Well, again, there's your snap throw.
So the umpires are going to talk it over. Again, the umpires can do it.
Yeah.
If they elect to, if they feel that it was so close that it might be reviewable, and all 4 are going to huddle. Bang, bang. It looked like he got him.
And they're going to have to make a decision. Did any of them see that he was? Well, there you go.
So how about this? John Gibbons, without a challenge, convinces them to at least take a look.
So he kind of challenged it, didn't he?
Yes, he did. It's kind of a flaw in the rule, isn't it? That if you don't have a challenge, you could still get a challenge? Shouldn't it be, well that's not sorry, John, you're out of challenges. We're not going to look.
Well, you know that umpires don't like to correct themselves.
Right.
So the chances, if you're John Gibbons, unless you go out there, you know they're not going to say, well, you know what, Bruce, you might have missed that. I think we're going to, go in and challenge it. So if they let him get away with it, I mean, it's kind of more of a conventional thing. And of course, Buck Showalter certainly, and John Russell on the left there, the Oriole bench coach. We'll take a look. Very, very close.
And they're calling him safe, so the inning will continue. How about that? So the Blue Jays, without a challenge, are successful in getting the umpires to look at it, and it's reversed. So the inning continues with Pilar on at first. So the double pump by Manny to begin that cost them on the back end, although Pierce made a real good throw.
Yeah, well, what Manny did was make sure that you get, with a 4-1 lead, get the first out. And, Pierce is not a normal second baseman. Might have been a little bit more up the middle, so you made sure you got the second out. And by doing that, even though Pierce did make a good throw, Pilar hustled it out.
So the crew chief review overturns the call. Bautista came out as if he was going to pinch hit, and then Gibbons called him back, and Carrera will bat for himself. They may be saving Bautista if there's a chance to tie the game. But 2 outs with Pilar at first.
Yeah, Estrada hit a fastball outside middle, so it wasn't a horrible pitch. He just found the gap left center. Pilar had doubled. That's the only run, back-to-back doubles.
Outside for ball 1.
And then we saw Bautista getting a bat, because if they get another base runner, I'm not sure that. And it's funny.
Pilar goes. He got a huge jump, and he steals it easily.
It'd be very interesting for Buck Showalter if you would get another base runner, and that runs the count to 2-0, because, as you mentioned, Bautista's 2 for 29 off of Jimenez. And then when you start looking at the numbers of off O'Day, 5 for 15 with 4 home runs.
So 2 outs in the inning, but 2-0 on the batter. And a swing and a miss.
Pretty gutsy pitch right there, Jim. Threw him a slider. And not only did he do that, he threw it for a strike.
Pilar, good speed at second. Outfield shallow on Carrera. Adam Jones in center field will be tested. That ball is walloped way out there and over his head and against the wall. And another double for Carrera as he hits it over the head of a drawn-in outfield. And once again, it's a 2-run game as Pilar comes around. So the overturned call at first allows the inning to continue. And the Blue Jays capitalize.
Yeah, Carrera comes in hitting .389, and that number's gone up. Almost identical. Backspin it. That's how you hit it that far. And just the path, the angle of the bat. Boy, an all-star at AAA last year, and another organization this year playing because of injuries every night. And
the day continues to heat up in the Oriole pen. Tough break for Ubaldo here, as it appeared the inning was over, but the crew chief review, as requested by John Gibbons, overturned the final out at first. And the Blue Jays capitalize and get that run in. So here's Goins, who's the tying run at the plate. He'd like to get on and just turn the lineup over. Upstairs, 1-0. And those numbers for Bautista, who would be up as the tying run in this situation against O'Day, may be allowing Ubaldo to stay in this game, at least for the moment. Because as soon as John Gibbons saw that Ubaldo was staying in the game, he called Bautista back. Talking to Edwin Encarnacion there. So O'Day continues to get loose. On the corner, 1-2.
Yeah, Goins doesn't like that pitch. That might be one of those breaking balls here in the 7th inning that went around the plate. But the Orioles get the call.
Fans getting behind Ubaldo. 1-2 on Ryan Goins. Runner at second, 2 down, a run in for Toronto. Time requested. One and 2. Fly ball right field. On the run is Delman Young. That ball's trouble. He reaches up and he made the catch. Oh, Delman Young just saved a run. What a play by Delman in deep right center field. So Young goes back. He grabs it and the inning ends. 7th inning stretch and the Birds have the lead. 109 pitches, and welcome into our booth Jim Hunter with Jim Palmer. Prior to the game tonight, Buck Showalter, talking about coming home, said, yeah, it's nice if we pitch better. Well, Ubaldo went out and pitched better.
I think that's the key. I mean, you know, the Orioles scored 7.1 runs, at least came in averaging that over 10 games. So we know they score well here. They got 3 in the first. We also know the Blue Jays have the best offense in the American League, and so far through 7, and it is only 7. They only have 2 runs, but Jimenez was terrific tonight. 9 strikeouts. Started in the first inning where he struck out the side. Just made a lot of great pitches.
So the Orioles now will look to add to the lead as Ubaldo talking with Miguel Gonzalez and Everett Cabrera there. Paredes, Jones, and Young against Delabar here in the 7th. Paredes is 2 out of 3. He has a bunt single and a line drive, a soft line drive to right field. His 7th multi-hit game in his 19 games that he's played. He calls them both way. There's Osuna getting loose. Roberto Osuna. 1-2 on Paredes. And he went fastball and waved at it for a strikeout, 1 away. First strikeout for Delabar.
Well, that 1-1 pitch that's called, and then all of a sudden Jimmy Paredes has got to protect. And Delabar goes to another level, not only velocity-wise at 93, but also right around the eyes.
Here's Adam Jones, who's 0 for 3. Reached on a force play in the 3rd. He has not hit the ball out of the infield tonight in his 3 at-bats. High fly ball, deep left field. Now he's going to circle the bases. Back it goes, and it is gone. Adam Jones gets the run right back as he breaks his home run drought. He had gone 72 consecutive at-bats without a home run, his first since April 19th, and another $500 for our Maryland Lottery contestant of the game, Suzanne Winchester of Bel Air.
Well, 6th home run of the season and 5th here at Camden Yards. Boy, the hanging slider can go a long way.
Home run number 175 in his career.
Watch this slider just go right to the bat. Just kind of, what's Mike Bordy call it, the cement mixer? It just kind of stays there.
Manny liked it. Bud Norris liked it. And it's 5-2.
Adam Jones liked it.
Yep. He last homered April 19th in Boston. 72 consecutive at-bats in between home runs, and he did not miss that one. 98 miles an hour leaving the yard.
So 3rd home run of the evening.
Orioles' 14th multi-home run game on the season. They now have 41 home runs.
Well, Delman Young at the plate, his play in right center. I mean, Ryan Goins does not have a lot of power, but you have a 2-run lead. You play a little deeper. You run it down at the warning track, and you get to come hit. Otherwise, that inning might still be going. And the little things.
Foul off the mask of Russell Martin. The Astros began the night leading the American League in home runs, surprisingly 45. The Orioles now have 41. Of course, the Orioles have played fewer games than other teams.
Well, the Astros can hit some home runs and they can strike out.
Yep. 1-2 on Delman Young. And he got him. So Young down on strikes.
See, there's a good slider. The one that starts in the strike zone. It starts as a strike and goes to ball. Not ball to strike, which is what Adam Jones hit.
So Delabar gets his 2nd strikeout. Here's Chris Davis, who's had a real good night. A 2-run home run in the first, robbed of a base hit into the shift by Devin Travis in the 3rd, and then a single in the 6th, and he came around the score on a sac fly.
Yeah, the grab by Travis was one of the better plays you've seen a second baseman make this year. That ball was destined to get by him.
And a swing and a miss by Davis. And here's the Orioles record now. They're 13-7 when they score at least 4 runs. 0-9 when they score 3 runs or less. So now they have 5 on the board, feeling comfortable about it with a 3-run lead with 6 outs to go. And Davis behind 0-2. Darren O'Day continues to get loose. Yesterday, with Madison Garcia pitching the remainder of the game after Bud Norris had the early exit, the rest of the bullpen is well rested for this game tonight. One and 2 on Davis. His 7th multi-hit game on the year tonight. And he swings and misses. So Delabar strikes out the side, but Adam Jones takes him deep. Adam hits it out, number 175 of his career, 6th on the season. And as we head to the 8th, the Orioles have a 5-2 lead.
And again, if you throw 109 pitches, 71 for strikes, you are commanding the strike zone. So what, a few less fastballs, 1% more breaking balls, and then the changeup. And then you go to Darren O'Day, who, as you mentioned, Jim, the bullpen has really gotten a lot better. Pretty much back to where he was. Last 9 appearances scoreless. But doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. 11 strikeouts, almost 1 per inning or more. And able to keep the ball in the park. Lefties hitting him a little bit better. Home runs by both righty and lefties, 1 each.
So Adam Jones with the home run to get that lead back to 3. O'Day will face the top of the lineup. Here's Devin Travis. And it's outside. And Josh Donaldson must be anxious to hit against O'Day. He is already halfway to the plate in the on-deck circle. Surprised the Orioles don't ask the umpires to tell him to move back. He's trying to get a good look at O'Day. Breaking ball bends in there for a strike.
Well, I don't blame them. They let you do that, and why not? It's kind of like when I was watching the golf tournament yesterday, and when the guy's putting in your same line, you can't stand behind him, but you can certainly kind of run over to see how the ball breaks. That's what Donaldson's doing a little bit.
O'Day has a streak going. In his last 9 games. He has not allowed an earned run. He's allowed 2 runs in that span, but both unearned, covering 7 2/3 innings.
Yeah, Darren is so tough to hit because he changes speeds. He can make the ball go up. He can sink it. Worked on changeup the last 2 springs. Doesn't throw it very much.
Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Travis does not like the call.
Yeah, it's like he saw it, but then he was hoping. He's been a low strike zone all night long that he wasn't going to pull the trigger. Ball's over the plate. And he's just hoping that Bellino, well, maybe it's not. Well, this is
was on the other angle.
Yeah.
Great job of well, they don't call it framing now, right? Rick Dempsey says it's presenting.
Presentation. Well, good catchers can do it. They can subtly.
This ball's cued to first, then foul.
Bring it back into the strike zone. And then there's other catchers that I don't have too many of those, but they actually take the ball away from the strike zone.
That's not good.
No. It's because they didn't want to be catching. But all the good ones, the subtle wrist movement. But it is, if you're a hitter and they call a ball a strike, you feel like you got framed. You get it?
Nicely done. Foul back. Donaldson is 2 for 8 against O'Day. .29 years old out of Pensacola, Florida.
Well, how about them? Brett Lowry, a Canadian, he was always hurt. Looked like he was going to be a good young player about 3-4 years ago. They're able to trade him to Oakland to get Donaldson.
And O'Day gets Donaldson with a strikeout, back-to-back Ks and 2 men down. That's 11 strikeouts by Oriole pitching tonight.
Well, here's the riser. Little 4-seam instead of a 2-seamer. Pulls. Ball goes up instead of sinking. Perfectly located down and in. And this is what, I mean, when do you see this arm angle? When do you see all that deception? I always talk about how you have to keep your front shoulder closed. You even have to do it. Darren talked about volumes over the years. You still have to stay closed. Last year did not have a good September because Hurt actually hurt the hamstring of his lead leg. So it was hard for him to rotate on it.
Martin stepped out as O'Day was taking too long, and you saw Darren gesture in to Caleb to go through the signs again. And now he's going to come out, so they're having some difficulty here, either agreeing on a pitch or wondering about the signs. There's always a lot of intrigue when you play the Blue Jays because there's all the stories how they're so good at stealing signs and picking up signs. So this is not surprising that they would be mixing them up. Whether they do that or not, who knows?
Well, they're hitting like they know what's coming.
Right.
Maybe not tonight.
If the legend is out there. Check swing and a foul. The Orioles bullpen since that April 29th game against the White Sox has pitched to a combined ERA of 1.37. Overall, the pen has 4 wins and 7 saves on the season. And Zach right in the middle there. Right now it is a save situation, so he would get loose to pitch the 9th.
Yeah, to his right. Now,
see that all the lefties are always together, right there in a row, all 3 of them. Swing. Check swinging, says Dreckman.
Russell Martin was trying to hold his swing and also tell the home plate umpire to check with the other umpire. And I mean, look down there. Miguel Cabrera does that.
Well, I think he didn't want Bellino just to call the strike.
Well, he could have.
Absolutely, because he swung. Good breaking ball bends in there for a strike. Martin is not only 0 for 3, he has struck out all 3 times. And O'Day's ahead of him 1 and 2. Fans getting behind Darren O'Day. And the 1-2 is popped up. Pierce and Davis. Pierce calls. And he's got it for the out. So O'Day comes on as a 3-up, 3-down 8th inning, 2 by strikeout. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Orioles with a 3-run lead. Leading off in the first, Manny Machado on a 3-2 pitch lumbers it out to right field. A couple of batters later, Chris Davis does the same, and Adam Jones in the 7th inning, a solo shot for his 6th on the year. So 4 of the Orioles' 5 runs tonight coming in on those 3 swings, as the O's bring in the lumber here tonight. It is their 4th game on the year hitting 3 home runs in the same game.
Oh, Roberto Osuna out of Mexico really done a nice job for him. One of the young guys. Miguel Castro started the year as their closer. Now a starting pitcher down at AAA. Check out those numbers. Strike out an inning. Throws the ball over. Nice little slider. Fastball, 93 to 95. Those are a lot of strikes. Good guy to have in your pen.
He turned 20 in February, so he'll be 20 for the entire season. Here's Steve Pearce to face him. Puts the fastball by him 0-1. It's only his 4th year as a pro for Osuna.
And maybe doesn't throw as hard as Miguel Castro, but just seemed like pretty good command of his stuff. Very simple windup, and that's a nice little slider. They'll go with a mid-90 fastball.
10 of his 12 appearances have been scoreless.
A little bit low. But that's like starting stuff right there. Fastball, slider change. Oriole closer Zach Britton getting loose.
Pierce on a 2-1 pops it up to short. Goins a few steps back in the grass, has it for the first out in the 8th. For the Blue Jays in the 9th, they'll have Encarnacion, Smoke, and Colabello due up, and they do have Bautista on the bench available to pinch hit.
Yeah, I can't imagine you'll see Smoke hit. Probably Bautista will hit for him. So, if you're able, and that won't be easy against Osuna, try to add a run or two.
Hardy fouls it back.
Yeah, this kid's got good late life on his fastball, because when you can throw a fastball in a fastball count to Steve Pearce and get him to be a little tardy, tells me that ball jumps on you.
Can't catch up to the breaking ball. Nothing at 2 on Hardy with David Lowe on deck. Ground ball towards the middle. To his left is Goins. He gobbles, spins, throws, and he got him. Nicely done by Ryan Goins. 2 men down.
Yeah, nobody's complaining. I mean, Reyes is an impact player when healthy, but Goins, we saw this at second base last year. He just didn't hit enough when he was playing second base, and that's why Travis is your second baseman. But great range.
There's Jose Reyes on the bench. A spider web tattoo. There's David Lowe. He has a single. He's been hit by a pitch since he took over for Ryan Flaherty, and he swings through a changeup. We'll hear from Buck Showalter after the game if Ryan Flaherty will have to go back on the DL. Generally, the Orioles wait till the next day, although they'll have the wheels in motion if they do need to get a player here from AAA. 0-2. Check swing, and he went too far. So Bellino said he swung. There's a strikeout, and the Orioles go 3 up, 3 down in the 8th. Zach Britton time at Camden Yards as the Orioles go to the 9th up by 3. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by PNC for the achiever in you. Fans out on the concourse. Nice place to get your Orioles memorabilia. Inside 20,468, and here's the closer, Zach Britton.
Yeah, closing situation, a lot of fastballs. Has a changeup. You used to see it when he started. 11-game winner about 4 years ago. So it's all about throwing ground balls, throwing strikes, and that's what Zach can do. 16 strikeouts in 12 innings, and again, not a lot of walks. Lefties struggling, is yet to give up a home run. So he's looking for outs. They're looking for base runners.
Edwin Encarnacion will lead off. And it's low. Encarnacion is 0 for 2. He's also drawn a walk. He has struck out twice. Ubaldo had 9 Ks. Darren O'Day had 2. 11 strikeouts for the Orioles pitchers here tonight. Britton has 4 consecutive scoreless appearances. Foul.
Yeah, an amazing ability to make the ball sink somewhere between 93 and 97 miles per hour.
And 1-1 the count. The Orioles' season high in strikeouts is 12. Fouled off. They struck out 12 Yankees in a win on April 15th here in Camden Yards. That was in the rubber game of that 3-game series.
Is that Miguel Gonzalez's game?
Bud Norris started that game. Here's Miguel with Chris Tillman. Looks like Miguel got a haircut too.
They all did. Or not all, but a lot of them.
Strike 3 called. Encarnacion down on strikes, not expecting the breaking ball, and he takes it for the out.
Yeah, and he'll actually agree with Dan Bellino. And he just freezes him. Right there, he's shaking his head, going, yep. Backdoor slider. Gives up on it. Of course, when you're throwing 95, that's what you're hitting off. Like the back foot comes off the ground.
Ubaldo back on the bench to watch the remaining outs. 1 out, nobody on, and Blue Jays going to their bench. Here's Danny Valencia, one-time Oriole.
.351 hitter this year.
Just 2 for 10 against Britton.
There are the numbers. He said, is Wei-Yin Chen ever going to start a game against us? I said, not if Buck Showalter can manage it. He said that in spring training.
Danny always looks
plays against lefties. Yep. Yeah. Well, he's played the outfield for. He can play all over. So here it is. You get to sit around for 8 innings, and then you get to hit 96 with great sink. And now, and I know Danny paid attention, Encarnacion took a called strike. Look at what he's doing against lefties this year.
0-2. Struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for Britton. And Valencia arguing with Bellino.
Might have said to that at the plate, Zach Britton can run the ball in your hip and then bring it back. And that ball right on the corner. Been a big strike zone tonight. And again, if you hit your spots, you sometimes earn strikes. Right to the glove of Caleb Joseph.
Well, the fans now coming to their feet. A season high 13 strikeouts for Oriole pitching.
And the Orioles just trying to, over the course of this 9-day homestand, either get to 500 in a hurry or a lot better than that.
What an effective pitch that is. You can see the Blue Jays hitters are not at all looking for that breaking ball.
Well, we saw 85 to 87% fastballs and the rest sliders.
Britton now with multi-strikeouts in 7 of his 13 appearances. Line to right field for a base hit. So Colabello just keeps hitting. He has 2 hits in the night. He's also walked. So he is on with 2 men down.
Yeah, he could flat out hit.
With the Adam Jones home run in the 7th, giving the Orioles a 3-run lead, the tying run or potential tying run is still on deck. So Pilar trying to get on.
Yeah, with Batista coming out on deck. So there he is.
So Britton will look to end it right here against Pilar, who has scored each of the Toronto runs. Bunts at it and fouls off. That's a real good idea for Pilar. Manny was back. He has great speed, and the tying run is still in the on-deck circle.
Well, he understands the game. I mean, all you're trying to do, I mean, I think he doesn't know who's waiting right behind him. Get on base, one swing, the game's done. Of course, Zach Britton has other ideas. It's even hard to bunt a 95-mile-per-hour sinker.
Runner goes, pitches bounce over the head of Machado and in the left field. That's a base hit. And ending the third is Colabello. So the Blue Jays, after the first 2 outs, retired.
Well, that's what the bunt does. If he doesn't bunt on the first play, where is Manny playing? He's playing back 2 steps. Look where he is, right 1 step past the grass. Probably catches that ball. So they get what they wish for.
And the fans getting all over Bautista.
So now all of a sudden, if you're an outfielder, you got to play a step or 2 deeper. Adam Jones deeper, because the important guy is the guy at the plate, and that's Batista. You don't want him to get to second base, and if you're Zach Britton, you want to keep him in the ballpark, and that's not always easy to do.
Bautista 1 for 5 against Zach Britton. And a slow roller towards third. Machado has it. He'll play it across low. Scooped by Davis. And the ball game is over. And the Orioles get the opener this 3-game series as Zach Britton comes on to earn the save for Ubaldo Jimenez. And the Orioles win it by the final of 5-2. So the Orioles ride 3 home runs and great pitching by Jimenez to a 5-2 win over the Jays.